Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. President Bola Tinubu has called on Japan to support Africa's push for reforms at the United Nations Security Council, making clear that the continent deserves stronger representation in global decision-making. Speaking in Yokohama at the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, Tinubu insisted that Africa should be granted 2 permanent seats with veto powers as well as additional non-permanent seats in line with the Ezewilni Consensus. The president also highlighted the importance of technology in fostering global trust and stability, warning against its misuse to fuel division. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has appointed Rotimi Pedro as the new Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, alongside 3 other senior executives. Pedro, a veteran with over 2 decades in broadcasting and sports rights management, previously held leadership roles at the Bloomberg Television Africa. The president also named Karima Bello as Executive Director of Marketing, Stella Dean as Executive Director of News, and Sophia Mohammed as Managing Director of NTA Enterprises, with all appointments taking immediate effect. Away from the presidency to election matters, where the resident electoral commissioner of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Aminu Idris, has urged residents to take advantage of the ongoing online continuous voter registration exercise ahead of the FCT Area Council elections slated for February 2026. Topsy Gimba completes the report.
Appearing as a guest on Face the Fact, a news and current affairs program in Abuja, the FCT Resident Electoral Commissioner Aminu Idris described the response to the online continuous voter registration as impressive. According to him, many young Nigerians who recently turned 18 should embrace the opportunity on the very first day of the exercise. Idris expressed confidence that the exercise in the FCT will also record great success.
We have started the process. I think it's going to be done in phases. The Commission announced that it will be phase 1 will start from 18th August to 10th December 2025. That's the phase 1. After the phase 1, there will be a display for people to come and check whether their names, their age, and everything is captured properly. And then, of course, the cards will be produced for that phase 1.
He warned against multiple registrations, noting that the system has built-in checks to detect and nullify such attempts, describing them as efforts in futility.
We start slow with this type of process. As we're getting to the terminal dates, people all come out. It is normal. We have experienced this so many times. The turnout usually increases as you get to the end of the period provided for the exercise.
Yes.
So we expect that, and we are planning for that.
Now,
the resident electoral commissioner also assured Global Televisions of INEC's continued partnership in ensuring electoral messages reach the grassroots. Topsy Gimba, Global Television News.
A federal high court in Abuja has stopped the House of Representatives from compelling chief executives of 17 insurance firms to appear before its committees on capital market over alleged debts. Justice Unwete ruled in favor of the companies after lawmakers and committee leaders failed to file any defense, saying fair hearing could not be claimed if an opportunity was ignored. The injunction restrains Parliament from forcing the executives to attend hearings until the substantive case is heard in September. Moving to politics, where Labour Party leader and former presidential candidate Peter Obi has condemned a proposal by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission to increase salaries of political office holders by more than 100%. In a strongly worded statement, Obi described the move as greedy and insensitive at a time when ordinary Nigerians are facing worsening economic hardship. Obi argued that political office should be about service, not self-enrichment, warning that the proposal only fuels public anger and deepens mistrust. Now, in a move to tackle perennial water scarcity in parts of the Federal Capital Territory, The federal government, in partnership with the FCTA, has flagged off the Lot 1 Buari Township Water Supply Project. The initiative, under the Renewed Hope agenda, is aimed at delivering lasting solutions to residents of Buari and surrounding communities. Hassan Kabir completes the report.
For decades, Buari residents have struggled with unreliable access to clean water. At the flag-off ceremony, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike said the project underscores President Bola Tinubu's commitment to extending essential services beyond Abuja city center. He assured that with 50% of funding already released, the project will not be abandoned. Wike also emphasizes that all satellite towns in FCT will benefit from similar efforts to expand clean water access.
Now, the company has told you here, of course, this will stop you digging your own boreholes, providing of tanks and the rest. All you need to do is to just link up to the general district, and then the water will flow. Clean water, treated water. Unlike the one we do in our boreholes, not treated. This is fully treated water. This will provide jobs for our teeming youths. At least not less than 1,600 direct and indirect employment.
Minister of State for the FCT, Maria Mahmoud Bunkure, noted that the project goes beyond infrastructure, stressing that reliable water supply will improve health, education, and economic opportunities for residents. She commended the president for backing a vision that directly touches lives.
I want to say that this project is beyond laying pipes and putting tanks. It is about mothers fetching clean and safe water without fear, children growing healthier, and also families living with dignity.
Representative of the contracting firm pledges to deliver quality work within schedule, assuring the facility will serve as a model for future water projects across the FCT.
This project is designed 192-kilometer pipeline network and serving more than 500,000 Buari local people.
With the flag off of the Lot 1 Buari Township Water Supply Project, residents of Buari and neighboring communities are expected to soon enjoy a steady supply of clean and safer water. Kabir Hassan, Global TV News.
Improper sanitation and environmental hygiene have been identified as critical factors in preventing the spread of Lassa fever. Dr. Aisha Ladan of Federal Medical Center, Abuja, who made this known in an exclusive interview with Global Television, emphasized that the best protection remains simple hygiene and public awareness. Our correspondent, Zara'u Nasir, completes the report.
Lassa fever is an acute viral illness and hemorrhagic fever caused by the Lassa virus. It is endemic to parts of West Africa, particularly Nigeria, Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. The virus is primarily transmitted to humans through contact with the urine or feces of infected multi-mammoth rats or through direct contact with an infected person's bodily fluids. Dr. Aisha Ladan, Federal Medical Center, Abuja, explained that raising community awareness and educating people on how the disease is transmitted remains essential strategies in reducing infections. The doctor said the greatest knowledge is knowing how to prevent Lassa fever, not just how to cure it.
The prevention goes beyond we individual. It starts from awareness. Okay, so the most important thing in Lassa fever is community awareness. We have to inform educate the people on mode of transmission, the causal organism, and how it is transmitted from one to another. Because the greatest knowledge is how to prevent, is not how to cure. Yes, so outside that, also environmental and environmental factors also play a role, like sanitation.
In Abuja, some residents said they are already taking preventive measures by covering their food, maintaining good hygiene, and keeping rats away from their homes.
I know Lassa fever is a disease that causes harm to the human immune system. By making sure you're staying in a clean environment, because it's being transmitted by rats. So if you're living in an environment that is very dirty, they would easily have access to your environment, and then they would easily...
I know it's a disease caused by rodents that comes out of rat and it's related from the rat class. Avoiding deaths, because they come around deaths, they come, and when the time they also come around deaths, they feed on your food that you keep in your kitchen or wherever on your dining, and then you also have to also protect yourself from your dispenser.
I know it's one of the deadly fever that keep people fast, and I know it's introduced from rats. We're not keeping our food very well, we're not covering our food stuff or other things.
Public health issues pose a huge challenge in Nigeria, putting more pressure on the country's already overstretched healthcare systems. However, the outbreak of Lassa fever has further complicated the situation. Zahra Unasir, reporting for Global TV News.
Let's now head to Kano State, where the government has launched a Safe Corridor Amnesty initiative to rehabilitate more than 1,600 repentant thugs as part of efforts to curb political violence and youth unrest. Commissioner for Information Ibrahim Abdullahi Wa'ia says hundreds have already been profiled and will undergo drug test, rehabilitation and reintegration into the society. The State Police Commissioner urged armed youths to surrender their weapons, promising them a second chance at becoming productive citizens. Moving to Imo State, where Governor Hope Uzodinma says his administration remains committed to delivering quality infrastructure. The governor gave the assurance while inspecting key projects in Owerri, including Concord Hilton Hotel, Emmanuel Awanyaun International Conference Center, and the Assumpta Flyover. Imo State correspondent Amarachi Ibe completes the story.
At the Concord Hilton Hotel, Governor Uzodinma noted that reconstruction work is already transforming the facility into a modern hospitality landmark. He stressed that the project, once completed, will significantly raise hospitality standards in the state.
I'm almost sure that before the month of November, the hotel will be ready for servicing and open to the public. Which to me is a very big achievement because Imo people are very happy and excited with the recovery of this facility, and what is more, attracting a world-class chain like Hilton Hotels to manage the hotel. I think it is okay.
The governor also visited the Emmanuel Awanyaun International Conference Center and the Assumpta Flyover. He highlighted milestones achieved at the conference center and pointed to the steady progress on the flyover superstructure, drainage, and access road. He applauded contractors for maintaining both quality and timelines.
The center is world class. You also saw for yourself the quality of construction demonstrated at the flyover at Assumpta roundabout. So, and what is more, that the job is being completed within record time is also very encouraging. We will do more. We need to recover and address all the infrastructural gaps that exist in Imo State so that we can have a very robust economy that will really lead to prosperity we appreciate.
Governor Uzodinma appreciates the sustained support from the federal government, saying that Imo State is on a course to witness a new phase of development, thereby improving lives of its residents. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reporting for Global TV News.
You are watching the live broadcast of the Midday News. When the Midday News returns, House of Representatives panel summons 11 power distribution companies over 2.6 trillion naira debt. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back from that break, and if you're just tuning in, this is the Midday News coming to you live on Global Television. And now to business stories. The House of Representatives Public Accounts Committee has summoned 11 electricity distribution companies to explain their combined debts of 2.6 trillion naira to the Federation, as stated in the 2021 Auditor General's report. The Managing Director of the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC, Johnson Akinawo, confirmed that as of September 2020, Abuja Distribution Company owes 330.4 billion naira, Ikeja with 310 billion naira, Ibadan with 325.7 billion naira, while others including Kaduna, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Eko, and Yola also bear huge liabilities. Lawmakers have now ordered the DISCOs to present repayment plans amidst concerns over under-remittances, uncollected market debts, and reports of 100 billion paid to generation firms for undelivered electricity. Still talking business, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, says the Lekki Deep Sea Port is projected to generate $200 billion in revenue for the government over its 45-year concession period. He explained that the world-class facility has already begun easing congestion in Lagos and boosting Nigeria's competitiveness as a regional logistic hub, with cargo now moving faster due to completed federal and state road links. Oyetola also noted that the port stands on 5 pillars that include strategic location, strong public-private partnership, integrated transport network, supportive policies, and technology-driven operations, making it a model for trade and shipping growth in Nigeria. And now to news making rounds on the foreign scene. Belgium says significant progress has not been made in efforts to resolve the conflict between Democratic Republic of Congo and the M23 rebels. During his visit to Kinshasa, the Congolese capital, Belgium's foreign minister highlighted the lack of progress in peace talks between the M23 armed groups and the Democratic Republic of Congo, which he noted is devastating the country's eastern parts. Uyi Agbomofebe completes the report.
The Congolese government and the Rwanda-backed M23 had signed a ceasefire agreement in July aimed at leading to a permanent end to the fighting that has devastated the DRC's mineral-rich but conflict-torn east. Under the terms of the deal, which followed talks in Qatar, the parties were to begin peace talks on August 8 and finalize an agreement by August 18. However, neighboring Rwanda denies providing military backing to the M23 rebel group, but United Nations experts say the Rwanda army played a critical role in the group's offensive, including combat operations. Uyi Agbomofebe, reporting for Global TV News.
Moving away from Africa to the United States, where President Donald Trump has renewed pressure on the Federal Reserve, openly calling for Governor Lisa Cook, who is the first African-American woman and the first woman of color to sit on its board, to resign despite inflation holding steady at 2.7% in July. Trump accused the Federal Reserve of mismanagement, pointing to what he described as costly renovations at its headquarters, while federal officials continue to weigh interest rate cuts to balance inflation risk with labor market stability. Cook, who joined the board in 2022 and has the term until 2038, has been defended by colleagues who stress that the central bank's independence from political interference. Let's now head to Europe, in Russia, where Russia has launched a fresh broadside at Europe's handling of the Ukraine's conflict. Moscow's top diplomat, Sergei Lavrov, accused European leaders of failing to present constructive ideas during a high-level meeting with the United States President Donald Trump and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky earlier this week. Our correspondent completes the report. The Brussels summit brought together key European heads of state who had hoped to win Trump's backing for tougher action against Moscow. But the Russian foreign minister dismissed those efforts as little more than political theater. Lavrov accused European governments of prioritizing pressure campaigns over meaningful diplomacy. He said the talks showed Europe was more interested in aligning Washington with its position than in finding real solution to the fighting.
Мы пока видим только достаточно агрессивное нагнетание обстановки, достаточно неуклюжие и, в общем-то, такие неэтичные попытки изменить позицию администрации Трампа и лично президента Соединенных Штатов, как мы это наблюдали во время сопровождения европейцами господина Зеленского в Вашингтон, вот, в понедельник на этой неделе, мы там не услышали никаких конструктивных идей из уст европейцев.
Lavrov's sharp word underlined a growing diplomatic rift, while Europe insists unity with Washington is vital to counter Russian aggression. Moscow claims Western leaders are unwilling to address its own security concerns. Analysts say the remarks reflect a long-standing Kremlin strategy, portraying Europe as divided, weak, and overly dependent on the United States. It is a narrative Russia hopes will undermine Western solidarity as the war drags on. Mukhtar Qasim, reporting for Global Television News. In sports, Team Nigeria has once again dominated the Confederation of African Athletics Region 2 Senior Championship in Accra, Ghana, winning 25 medals, including 15 gold, 8 silver, and 2 bronze medals. The athletes equaled excellent spirits, quarter-mile races, and field events, improving on last year's tally of 18 medals overall. Burkina Faso placed second with 21 medals, followed by Benin Republic and Ghana, while Togo, Ivory Coast, and Gambia also featured on the medal table of the two-day West African competition. Moving to basketball, where Nigeria's men's basketball team, the Tigers, have crashed out of the 2025 AfroBasket after a 91-75 defeat to Senegal in the quarterfinals in Luanda, Angola. Now, despite taking the first quarter 24-23, the Tigers lost grip in the second as Senegal surged ahead 53-42 at halftime and extended the gap beyond 20 points in the third quarter. The Nigerians will now settle for classification matches to determine their final ranking, falling short of the flawless group stage run that raised early hopes of a medal. Lastly on sport, a Copa Sudamericana clash between Independiente of Argentina and Universidad de Chile descended into chaos, leaving 10 people injured and 90 arrested after violent clashes at the Libertadores de America Stadium in Buenos Aires. The second leg tie was suspended in the 48th minute after Chilean fans hurled stones, bottles, and seats, while home supporters retaliated, beating and stripping some visiting fans of their clothes. Now, amidst the mayhem, one Chilean supporter leaped from the stands to escape the attack, forcing officials to abandon the match, which stood at 1-1 on the night, though Universidad advanced on a 1-0 aggregate scoreline. That's it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. I am Mukhtar Qasim. Saying a very big thank you for watching.